Hey, what's up guys? Hey, just a quick little video here. I'm going to show you guys how to there's a ton of videos out on this already about changing your front and rear diffs, the oils on a Am Outlander. Right there, this is in the front. This is your drain plug, which is a 6mm. I already loosened it up a little bit. And underneath the skid plate here is your drain, and that's either I want to say it's a 5mm, but it seems like also a 3/16 Allen fit that as well. But when I just checked it, it seemed like the 5mm Allen wrench fit better. It had more of a snug feeling to it inside the head of the Allen. So I would probably go with that. Word to the wise though, whenever you guys do this, I would make sure you loosen up the fill plug first on anything, because if you have a problem with your plugs or anything and you already drained all your diff oil out, it'll be a pain to obviously put oil back in. So just word to the wise, always do your fill plug first, because if you have a problem, at least your oil won't be drained out. So here's your fill, and the drain is underneath. Let me set you guys down. I'm going to show you. See that right there? It helps with a little light too. Get this underneath. Like I said, there's a plug. It's a small one too. So, and it's right in the very first. I think it's the very first hole. So what we're going to do is loosen this Allen and let the oil come out. Be careful, don't drop your little plug into the pan. I mean, if you do, it's no big deal. You can go in there and fish it out, but just be aware. Sometimes too, like I noticed on my other Outlander, the plug was it was rusted up. But you can see the oil draining out. And this is the plug. That's what it looks like right there. It's a small one with a little rubber O-ring on it. And sometimes the top of that gets rusted. So you might have to spray maybe some WD-40 up there or whatever. And then once that's draining, go ahead and open up your fill to kind of vent it a little bit. And be very careful too, because on some of these I think they have a copper crush washer, which this one does. So this one has a copper crush washer, and I think you can reuse these, but I don't know if you can buy a box or a bag of them, box of them, then I would. But here's your here's the fill plug with the copper crush washer on it. Maybe replace that if you can. And then I just spray off my plugs with any brake clean or anything like that. Just get all the shavings or the excess dirt and oil off it. But I'm gonna let that drain, and then once that settles and gets drained out, I'll bring you guys back and show you how to fill it. Alright guys, I'm back. So what I did was drain it all out, put the plug back in where the drain was at, and I verified it. It is a 5mm plug. So put that back in. Just don't reef on it. Don't get on it to tighten it up. It just snug it up, because it's a small plug. So then what I did was I hooked up I got this little bottle pump hooked up to just some 75/90 for the front, and that takes, according to the manual, it takes like 500 milliliters. And then we'll just basically we're going to pump this one in until it just starts to come out of the fill. So we'll start pumping that. It's probably going to take a few minutes because, I mean, 500 milliliters is quite a bit. According to this one, this is like a 900, well, it's a 32 ounce bottle, but on the side they got like 900 milliliters, so I'm going to pump it up until that. Looks like I've only pumped about 100 or so milliliters in there. And then the back, the rear, I believe it's like only 250 milliliters. And they say not to fill that all the way, you know, until it comes out. You want to leave that a little short, but I think the front takes a lot. See what we're at here. Let me wipe this off a little bit. I'm pretty close, I think. I'm getting close according to the bottle here. Thinking that might be about it. Yeah, that's it. That's running out pretty good now. I'll let that slow down and then I'm going to plug it up. Because that there might have been a little too much. I think because of the nozzle, so to speak, being in there. Okay, I'm thinking that's probably good there. So then we're just going to plug that back up. Make sure you got your copper crush washer back on there. I had some copper crush washers, but they weren't the right thickness. So I think I'm going to reuse that old one. And then this is going to be a 6mm Allen. I'm just gonna snug that up. It's a pain in the butt trying to get into these things. They don't make them easy, that's for sure. Just make sure you got it, your Allen wrench in there correctly. You don't want to strip anything. And then you just want to snug this down as well. Okay, we're good there. So what I'm going to do now is spray this area down with some brake clean and then onto the back. Alright guys, I'm back. So we're at the back now, at the rear, and I guess it would make it way easier. There's your fill plug. It's in between this little slot there and me personally, last time I did this, I couldn't get the angle with the Allen wrench or whatever to get in there, and I think I wound up stripping that bolt, the head of it. I don't know, I'll have to see. And then I had to take like a pair of pliers actually to get onto the actual fill plug, but I have a new fill plug, so to loosen that up, it was a pain. And way down here, not way down here, but I don't know if I can get you guys in there and look. Right there is where your drain plug is at, and I believe that's still another 5 millimeters. So the Allen wrench at that angle right there, because of this tube, you might be able to, you can get that off. But this guy here, I wound up taking off the bracket for the hitch. It's only 15 millimeters, and I believe this one's like 13. A couple nuts on the inside, and this whole bracket comes off to actually access that plug way better than trying to get in there with a wobble, or because last thing you do, and I think I stripped the inside of the head out. So let me get this off, and then I'll get back with you guys and I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right guys, I'm back. All I did was, like I said, I took off the actual receiver, which was just two 15 millimeter bolts, and then I took off this bracket here, the other bracket, so you can see there's 4, and those are 13 millimeters with nuts on the back side. It only takes not even 5 minutes to get it off, and it'll save you probably a bunch of headache. Like I said, when I first did it, trying to get an Allen wrench in there to get that out was a pain. Now you have full access with a socket Allen wrench, and that's a 5 millimeter there, so that one wasn't a problem either. And it is, for the rear, it's 75, 140, 250 milliliters, and they recommend that's what you fill it to. So however you got to put it into another container at 250 milliliters, or syringe, whatever, do that, because they say not to fill it. I don't know what would happen. Would the whole freaking quad blow up? Probably not, but they say you blow seals or something, I think is what they were saying. So I don't know, I'm not an expert. And what I'll do is I'll drop a link below, and I got like my plugs, all the plugs, everything. I even did brakes, and I got it off of CanAmPartsGuy.com. I'll put a link down there. That guy's got everything, and if you email him, he emails you right back. If you have any questions or problems, ask him. He is that's a great company, and they ship out super fast. Like if you order something, they'll ship it out within, I don't know, I got a notification for tracking within like a day or two, and it was shipped to my house. And he's in I think he's in Plover, Wisconsin, and I'm here in Michigan, so it took a few days, but it's a great company. So I'll put a link down in the description. So when I get this drained out, I'll get back with you guys and show you where I'm at. All right guys, I'm back. It's all done draining. So all I did was put that right here, that drain plug back in. Here's the fill plug right here, which, let me show you. I don't know if you guys can get a look at that. It's stripped on the inside. So I wound up getting a new one, and this is the part number for it. If you guys can see it. I got it off of CanAmPartsGuy.com. He's got everything you need for these. Like I said, he ships fast too, so all I'm basically going to do now is put this fill in, 75 140 for the rear, and actually the gearbox as well, or the trans, or whatever buddy calls it, whatever you want to call it. It's normally known as a gearbox, so that's 75 140. The rear diff is 75-140, and the front is 75-90. And so all we're gonna do is fill this up to 250 milliliters, which, according to this, I don't know if you guys can see that or not, my level right here, it's up to about 600 milliliters. So I'd have to take that down to what? Whatever the math is. So that's what we're gonna do. Just gonna start pumping her in there. All right, there went about 100. Pull this out a little bit. Pretty close to 2, so we're at about 400, so I'd say what, 350, right? Let me stop there for a minute. Let me wipe this off, just kind of get an idea of where I'm at here, because like I said, they tell you not to overfill the rear because you'll blow a bunch of seals out. I don't know how true that is. If it's happened to somebody, please let me know down in the comments below, so that way I'll at least know for sure that and I'm right at 350 there. So it looks like it still comes out. I'll let that drain out a little bit more because I thought we wanted to be a little bit lower than that. Let that drain till it's, you know, till it stops. All right, I'm gonna let that stop and then I'll catch back up with you guys. All right, guys, we got everything put back together. I got the all it was those two 15mm bolts and 4 13mm bolts that take off this whole assembly, and it allows you great access to this if you need to get an Allen wrench in there. So especially if you've never taken off your fill plug and it might be on there pretty good, you know, at least you can get some leverage on it to break it free to take it out. Also, just wanted a quick comment here. I got this Tiger Tail. I've had it on here for actually quite a few years, but this thing works great. I don't know if any one of you guys have one, but I know now they just have that little 2-foot whip. I can't remember what it's called. So if somebody knows what it is, tell me in the comments below. Other than that, I know it's another how-to video on front and rear diffs. Everybody can search for that, and I thought I'd put this one together, and this is what works and easiest for me. But if you guys would comment, like, share, subscribe to this video, that way I can kind of keep making more. I want to try to keep making more videos, but it's kind of hard to do sometimes. You know, everybody's busy with work and such. But other than that, I'll leave all the links down in the description for everything I used in this video. I mean, other than maybe the light or something, but obviously everybody knows to use a light when you don't have a whole bunch of light around you. I'll leave a bunch of links in the description, and I will see you guys in the next one.